Mr. President, thank you very much for your time today. We appreciate it. Let us begin. You know Kazakhstan well. You have visited our country for numerous times. In 2024, there was a first official visit of President Tokayev to Serbia, and that visit, both you and President Tokayev described as a new chapter to relations. So could you please share some of the tangible outcomes that have emerged from all those negotiations which took place in Belgrade?
I believe that his visit to Belgrade was really a historical one. Essential, substantive one, and I believe that since then we started developing different projects, and the prospect of our cooperation looks much better today than it used to be the case before. And I was honored by President Tokayev and by our Kazakh hosts with these Sukhois that accompanied my plane, and that's a great honor for my country, for myself, and the level of hospitality in Kazakhstan is well known all over the world. But this is just the beginning of our cooperation. I hope and believe that President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev, as one of the biggest leaders of the world, as someone who speaks to all different sides and factions on the globe, I can say that he is not only well known, but well accepted by everybody, which is very difficult in having multivectoral approach in foreign policy and keeping this kind of relationship. During his visit to our country, we opened several fields of possible cooperation. One is AI, digitalization, IT sector. Another one is trade exchange based on agricultural products. Another one is military technical cooperation and transfer of technology of some military industry companies, which we have already signed or we are about to sign. But more importantly, I believe that we'll be able to bring more of Kazakhstan's people or Kazakh's people to Serbia in order to boost our trade exchange, which is around, let's say, 120 million today, and it has to be, our main goal has to be, because of the distance between two countries, 1 billion, and I'm certain that within 5 years we can reach that level.
Just outline the main priorities of bilateral cooperation and also the agenda of your
But there are
visit.
many. It's cultural,
It's many,
it's many, and we hope that Kazakhstan will build its center in Belgrade and many other stuff, but this is just one of the topics.
One of the topics, exactly. Turning to logistics, if you may. This is a very big and important topic, particularly discussing the Trans-Caspian international transport routes,
Middle corridor,
widely known as the Middle Corridor. My question here is, how does Serbia see its role as being a major industrial and logistics hub itself in the Balkans within this global supply chain?
It's becoming more and more important for us, because if you analyze it, if you were asking me this question 3 or 4 years ago, would have not been able to say almost anything about it. Now I know even exactly which dots, which points, which cities you were able to reach in China, from Nanjing, Xi'an and all the others, and then finishing at Caspian Sea in Kurik and Akto.
Yes, Akto.
Yes. your big port, and then going through both Turkey, Azerbaijan, Georgia, Turkey to Sofia, or through Black Sea to Constance and Bucharest, and we are very much connected with both, and we have to deliver on building up our logistics on that. But having in mind the fact that China is, I believe, #1 trade partner of Kazakhstan, and it'll become in 2-3 years #1 trade partner with Serbia. This kind of logistic ties are becoming more and more important, and we're going to use it more and more important. And I see what President Tokayev is doing in a very smart way. He is doing monetization of his logistics and shortening the path, building these highways, shortening the path for, let's say, 900 kilometers, as I saw in his plans. This is huge. This is of an utmost importance for everybody that will have to cooperate and collaborate with China, Central Asia, entire Central Asia, of course, Kazakhstan, but entire Central Asia. And I believe that President Tokayev and Kazakhstan are on a very right path, and will follow it, and will build our logistics in order to get closer to
what joint industrial projects could emerge in the nearest future?
We'll discuss it. I'll discuss it today with President Tokayev, because I came here with a lot of ideas.
Can you say that Serbia can possibly become main gates for Kazakhstan's goods and resources for South?
Hopefully, yes. There were some issues because of our, let's say, our national airliner and our national carrier about fifth freedom, whether you'll be able with your airliner as private or state-owned to fly towards some other destinations, not only to Belgrade. And if there is a country that will get it right, that is going to be Kazakhstan.
And we have already launched the direct flights, so it's also very helpful.
Twice a week.
Let us talk about food security as well. And so we're now talking not only about trade, but, food security, which is increasingly viewed as a matter of national security. Kazakhstan obviously has resources, and Serbia has expertise.
You have a lot of resources, and you buy some seeds, special seeds from us, and you can buy some more agricultural products from us, and we can buy much more from you.
Yeah.
And this is something that we should work on. This is why we need to bring your trade guys, sales guys to Serbia, and to see how we can improve our collaboration on this issue. And also, it's about use of satellites, biotechnologies, AI in agricultural industry, particularly agricultural processing industry. And I believe that we can work very much jointly in all this stuff.
Is the time right to move towards, creating an agricultural cluster? And what should be, procedural steps to launch this ambitious
I don't care about procedural steps, because I believe that we can resolve it much easier than with many other countries. I think when people when they want to arrange something, when they want to agree upon something, they can easily do it. And President Tokayev, I was reading carefully his speech very recently given to the public here in Kazakhstan. He was insisting on water resources of Kazakhstan, which shows to me, because you mentioned food, not only as a topic for trade, but the main topic of keeping sovereignty of the nations.
Yes.
It's the same with water resources. It shows to me how responsible President Tokayev is towards his people, and he recognizes what is going to be one of the most important issues for the next decades. Apart from AI, new technologies, it's water and food. And we'll focus ourselves, and of course, military industry, somewhere in the middle. And this is something that we're going to focus our cooperation in the future.
Yes, talking a little bit more about trade, you mentioned that its trade turnover still doesn't show a full potential of our partnership.
I expect more next year to happen.
Next year,
but we need to do a lot of preparations for that. And
which will be sectors of growth for our trade
all sectors that I have already mentioned. We need to make a big progress in all different sectors.
Yes.
In all different sectors. Speaking about military technical cooperation, transfer of technology, speaking about agriculture, speaking about energy issues as well. And we can work together. We both, President Tokayev and I myself, we have great friends in the Gulf, particularly people from the United Arab Emirates. They have some sovereign funds. We can jointly work on different issues, and which I will propose to President today and to President of United Arab Emirates as well. And what I'm a bit envious to my friend, President Tokayev, and I know that because he is very responsible and very serious man, he's never satisfied with his results. And but I see that you're ahead of us in educating your young people abroad, bringing foreign universities and faculties here. We would like to be a part of that.
Yes, you just said that Serbia has very good results in digitalization and AI. Yes. You host a Center for the Fourth Industrial Revolution, for example.
Can I tell you something what we did? And people in Serbia don't even realize that in a certain way. Agricultural products participated in our overall GDP just 10, 12 years ago, about 10, 11%. Now it's 4%. And we used to be a big agricultural, well-known agricultural land and country. And the IT sector was participating with 3.5. Today, it's 13%.
Substantial
GDP.
Growth,
And that's a big change. That's a huge change. It means that we caught up a pace with fourth revolution, at least. Now, there are new revolutions which are lasting shorter and shorter, but with a bigger impact. AI will change the world. And I'm not sure that anyone in the world is ready for that. Not even Americans and Chinese, which are the most ready countries and nations.
There is a big AI race which is happening right now.
And it's neck to neck between Chinese and Americans. But all the others, we are lagging behind. But the real issue is how much we're gonna be lagging behind. And Kazakhstan is doing a great job, and we are doing something, and I'm still not happy. That's the field, that's the sphere in which we can cooperate much more, combining our efforts,
complementing each other's efforts in a way to build very sustainable infrastructure, for example.
Yes. Speaking about data centers, supercomputers. Speaking about, and I noticed also that President Tokayev mentioned that in his speech, it's a real power supply, and it's going to be very difficult, not easy at all. Okay, you're a country which has a lot of gas, a lot of oil, and everything else, but it's not going to be easy to supply everything that is necessary in a time of AI, electric vehicles, because an entire electric grid has to consume it easily, which is more problematic than anything else we were facing in the past. Yeah,
we know that you will visit International AI Center here in Astana, so
yes, I'm eager and cravingly waiting for that.
My question here is also about cooperation between Serbia and Kazakhstan on international stage. Serbia is an upper middle income country, and Kazakhstan is increasingly described as the responsible middle power. How would you characterize the role of such regional powers in these dynamics of global affairs?
I'll be very brief on this. I can always, in advance, sign everything what Kazakhstan might sign, which means that we have the same interests, which is observance of UN Charter, UN resolution. We support territorial integrity and sovereignty of Kazakhstan. We have always had all kinds of support from Kazakhstan regarding territorial integrity and sovereignty of Serbia, and I'm sure that it will remain so. It's a great cooperation. We believe in each other, and we believe that we are pretty much in a same position in today's very volatile world that is facing real erosion of international public law and pretty much chaotic world.
Yeah. But how do you position strategically Serbia's engagement with Kazakhstan within this very challenging political context?
We have multivectoral politics, both of us. Your president is very smart, taking care of your very best interests and cooperation with China, with European Union, increasing the level of trade cooperation, economic and political ties with European Union, with the United States of America very recently. Bold and big steps forward. With Russia keeping traditional ties and good friendship. And this is the politics that we also conduct. I really admire your president and your top political leadership in not only advocating, but conducting and providing and implementing this multivectoral politics.
And to wrap up, you know that Astana is a home of a street named after the great Nikola Tesla. And we know that an ally of Kazakh-Serbian friendship is located in the Serbian capital, Belgrade. So what other symbols of cultural dialogue and cultural rapprochement between the two nations could emerge in the near future?
I believe that we should learn more about Kazakhstan's history. That's why President Tokayev wanted to build a Kazakhstan National Cultural Center in Belgrade, and we're going to provide all the licenses, the plots and everything else for that. That is very necessary. But very recently, I can tell you one thing. You know that Red Army, together with our partisan units, liberated Serbia in the Second World War. But for the first time, we heard there was a significant participants of Kazakh units liberating Belgrade within Red Army. And we started now learning history from a bit different angle.
Yeah.
Scrutinizing your history, your culture, I believe that will become richer. And I think that you can see that why we are very close to each other today, because of many historical moments that we had as a common denominator, as a part of shared history, although with this big distance.
Yeah.
And I believe that improving our ties, increasing the level of our ties, and I will do my best to bring President Tokayev as soon as possible to Serbia. I believe that we'll do a lot. That will do a lot in the future. That we have a bright future.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. President, for your time and for your answers.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.